Today I found a disturbing case of addiction that will have you think twice about who you're entrusting your children to and where the justice system fails to support addicts in need. On the morning of September 7th, 2023, officers Paul Wolf and Cody Turner from the Tecumseh, Oklahoma PD responded to the scene of a highly unusual call at Cross Timbers Elementary.
Hey, how we doing? Good.
Can we clear the room? This is Jennifer Davis.
Hi, Jennifer.
Jennifer, how you doing?
You too.
So we talked to Miss Davis a little bit about some reports that we received as late as this morning. And so she understands and she said she'd be willing to meet with you and talk to you.
This is Jennifer Davis, a 43-year-old elementary school teacher. As stated by herself and Superintendent Robert Kinsey, reports were received that Mrs. Davis was under the influence while teaching her class of 7 to 9-year-old kids.
Okay.
But we want to give you all some privacy too. So is this a suitable
Yeah, this is
place?
fine. Yep.
We'll just step out here. Step out
All
here.
right. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, it's almost the end of the week.
Almost.
Yes. So what's going on today?
They said they had reports where I was drinking at school,
Okay. Is there any
which has never happened.
Okay. When was the last time you've had anything to drink?
Last night.
Okay. About what time did you quit drinking?
Probably about 10:30.
10:30. How much did you drink?
Just a glass of wine. Nothing major.
Okay. All right. Well, would you be willing to submit to some tests
Yeah.
to make sure everything's okay? Okay. All right. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to check you for HGN. Okay. This is what we call standardized field sobriety tests. Okay. There's 3 of them. I'm going to pretty much focus on the first one, which is horizontal gaze nystagmus. I'm going to have you take your glasses off, and I'm going to have you, we'll stand up when we do this, but I'm going to have you track my
I am
finger.
so blind without them. I can't hardly
Can you see something like my finger about
Yes,
6
yes,
inches from your
yes,
face? Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, let's try that. Go ahead and stand up for me real quick if you would.
Officer Wolf is about to conduct a horizontal gaze nystagmus test. In these tests, officer check for any jerking or bouncing eye movements, known as nystagmus, as the subject's gaze approaches or passes 45 degrees. Typically, 4 or more nystagmus are probable cause for a DUI or public intoxication arrest. Nonetheless, this test wouldn't end up being the cause of her self-inflicted downfall, as you're about to see.
Heel to heel, toe to toe, arm straight down to the side. Okay. You say you wear glasses.
Yes.
Any traumatic brain injuries?
No.
Growing up or anything like
No.
that? Okay. Sometimes that can affect what I'm
No, I can't see without my glasses. That's all I was saying.
Okay. All right.
There are a number of reasons a person could display nystagmus without being intoxicated. One of the most commonly cited in court being vision problems. Something about the way Mrs. Davis keeps bringing them up, however, could come off as suspicious.
Try to keep your head as straight as you can, okay?
Sorry. I'm nervous, so
I get it. Keep your head straight. Just put your eyes on
She doesn't end up doing too well on the test, yet Officer Wolf offers her a voluntary breathalyzer for confirmation, as her eye problems could cause the HGN test not to be seen as sufficient evidence down the line.
a portable breathalyzer machine. Okay.
yes.
You don't have to take the test. Okay. But this will show the presence of alcohol if there's any on board. Okay. But this again would be your opportunity if teachers here or administrators feel that they smell alcohol on you. This would be your opportunity to prove this.
Sure.
Okay. You willing to take that test?
Yes.
Okay.
Despite being so willing to take the test, Davis seems to almost immediately show apprehension, attempting to make excuses in case she comes up positive. I wonder why.
Anything today.
Okay.
That's right.
And if that's the case, or if there's nothing on board,
No,
because
I'm
sometimes
just,
if people have had a really good one on the night before, it can carry over into the next day.
so what do I do?
As far as what?
You said it can carry into today.
It can. Sure can. I mean, if people get on like a week-long bender, or if they really tie a good one on the night before, you know, the alcohol could still be on board. But I can't give you any legal advice to take it or not to take it. I can do is offer it to you. And it's your right to refuse it. But again, I'll say this is, if you're saying you're not under the influence of alcohol, this is your opportunity to prove to your employer
Yeah,
that you're
no.
not.
I mean, no, today I haven't had anything. But like I admitted to you last night, yes.
But if you had one glass of wine last night and You didn't have anything else after that? One glass of wine isn't going to carry over into the next day.
No, I mean, I went to sleep.
Okay. All right, so you want to take this?
Sure.
Okay. When this thing tells me it's time to blow, I'm going to have you reach over with your mouth and blow into that as hard as you can until I tell you to stop. Big deep breath, blow. Hard. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Good.
I don't even know what that
0.06.
is. That
You are just under the legal limit. So if you were to be out driving right now, you would be charged with DWI, driving while intoxicated.
under the legal limit?
Just under it. The legal limit is 0.08, which is DUI. From a 0.06 to 107, you could be charged with DWI.
In the state of Oklahoma, driving under the influence, or DUI, and driving while impaired, or DWI, are two different charges. As the officer correctly explained to our newly confirmed to be Buzz teacher, the legal limit for a DUI is 0.08 blood alcohol content, while for DWI, it's anything above 0.05 and below 0.08. Any first DUI is considered a misdemeanor, while subsequent charges would be felonies. All DWIs are lower-class misdemeanors, punishable by up to a $500 fine or up to 6 months in jail. However, as Davis is not currently operating a motor vehicle, none of this applies to her. While she might think this would excuse her of being drunk while in charge of a classroom full of children, she's about to find out the hard way that that's just not the case.
I haven't had anything to drink today.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. Is there anybody that can come and pick you up here at the school? Okay.
But, I mean, I don't...
Hold on just a minute.
But I'm under the...
Hold on just a minute.
Okay. Oh, wait, is what we're looking for.
Right, and this one actually reads low. Okay, this is a portable, it's not calibrated, but we can almost double what this reads if they were to put her on an actual intoxilizer machine.
So really, she would be over.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's up there.
Clearly, she's not fit to come to be at school.
No.
If that's above a 0, she's not needed to be at
Yeah,
school.
I ran her through the first part of SFSTs, which is HGN, horizontal gaze nystagmus, and she does have the onset of nystagmus prior to 45 degrees.
Okay. So she did not pass a filter. Okay.
You know, and she's shaking pretty bad too.
I noticed the policy.
Yeah.
Officer Wolf mentions shaking because delirium tremens, or uncontrollable shaking and trembling of the extremities, is one of the most common symptoms chronic alcoholics face. These only occur with serious late-stage alcoholism, meaning Davis likely has a serious drinking problem and is in urgent need of a medical detox. Now, while Davis thinks all that's going to come of this is someone coming to pick her up, she's about to be in for a very unpleasant surprise.
She says there's somebody, she said there's somebody that can come and get her.
If this was can I ask a couple of just hypotheticals?
Sure.
If you pulled her over and she did that and exhibited the signs that you had, would you let her continue driving?
No.
Okay, then we don't need to let her drive. Would you arrest her?
Yes.
Okay, then that's where we need to, that's the direction we gotta go.
Okay.
Even though Davis isn't currently driving, meaning she could simply be sent home right now, Superintendent Kinsey brings it up, almost as if he's trying to push Wolf into arresting her.
Looking at right now would be public intox.
She's been around kids this point. She
Right.
came to school drunk.
Yeah.
I say drunk. She came to school
Intoxicated. Yeah.
and intoxicated. Do you? Wow.
I know.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Despite the fact that Davis is showing clear signs of addiction, a common mental illness that can be treated, the other administrator present remains quiet while Robert Kinsey seems to coerce Officer Wolf into a completely unnecessary arrest.
I'm willing to go that way, or if she's not willing to give me a letter of resignation.
And that's something you'll work out between with her. But from a legal standpoint, I'm going to go ahead and make the arrest.
Likely only concerned for his own reputation, Superintendent Kinsey cold-heartedly accepts Officer Wolf's statement about arresting Mrs. Davis. Many teachers' unions and school boards have programs to get addicted or alcoholic educators help so they don't lose their careers, and no such form of help is brought up.
Yeah.
What's the next step? Are you going to go talk to her?
Yeah.
And then can we visit with her?
Absolutely.
At the same time?
Yep.
Or?
Come on in. You can be there when I explain it to her. Okay. I'm comfortable enough to let you know if you were to be put on the actual intoxilizer that you'd be up around a 0.12, 0.13 area. Okay. When I checked your eyes for horizontal gaze nystagmus, you had every clue. You had the onset of you had the lack of equal pursuit. You had the onset of nystagmus prior to 45 degrees, and you had nystagmus at max deviation. Okay. If I had pulled you over, I'm going to be honest with you, you'd have been arrested for driving under the influence.
Okay, that's what he was explaining.
Yep. Okay.
Can I have somebody pick me up?
Well, I've got a legal obligation. Okay. You're here. Entrusted for the care and safety and the for the teaching of these kids.
That,
okay. No, today you're going to be arrested for public intoxication. Okay.
Please don't do this.
Jennifer Davis is put through a needless public shaming during what must already be the most stressful moment of her life. Millions of people annually are offered addiction counseling in lieu of being charged with things like possession, DUI, or even more serious crimes. But when a middle-aged teacher is found to have a drinking problem, no such mercy is shown.
So, you're taking me to county?
Mm-hmm. And it's going to be a municipal charge. I'm not going to run it through the district court. It'll be through the city of Tecumseh. It'll be a municipal charge of public intoxication. Okay.
It's important to note why Officer Wolf stated it'll only be a municipal charge. In Oklahoma, municipal charges carry lighter sentences than state charges. Jennifer is being charged with misdemeanor public intoxication, which is punishable by a $10 to $100 fine or 5 to 180 days in county jail. Typically, simply being under the influence without operating a vehicle would not be cause for arrest. However, according to Oklahoma Statute 37-8, any person disturbing the peace of others while intoxicated in a public place is guilty of this crime. According to the officer's discretion, Mrs. Davis being intoxicated while in charge of the safety of school children constituted disturbing the peace.
In terms of your employment here, Jennifer, we can't move forward with you being a teacher here any longer.
Okay.
If you want to resign, that's your option. If you choose not to, though, I would be forced to go to the board and ask for your termination based on the outcome of today. So, anytime.
I would like to resign.
While Jennifer is handling this very stressful situation with a great deal of dignity, even resigning immediately, the superintendent's just twisting the knife at this point. With the arrest, her teaching license will already be in jeopardy, so there's no reason for him to threaten to go to the board like this. However, there is one more detail I think is very important to point out. While searching Jennifer's belongings, she informed the officers Wolf and Turner of something incredibly troubling.
Search all belongings, okay? Is there anything in here I need to know about?
Just my medication that I take daily.
Okay. Prescription narcotic.
I take Xanax.
When was the last time you took that?
Go ahead.
This morning.
This morning?
I take it, and then it's prescribed by...
Is that for anxiety?
Yes.
Okay.
Xanax is a very powerful barbiturate class drug typically prescribed for anxiety. When mixed with alcohol, Xanax can lead to incredibly strong intoxication, blackouts, or even overdose. For Jennifer Davis's blood alcohol content to be as high as it is while on Xanax would mean that she should currently be extremely intoxicated. Her behaving as properly as she is sadly indicates that she has a very high tolerance, likely showing a definite late-stage addiction to alcohol and Xanax.
Again, Our policy and procedure state anybody that goes into the back seat of our vehicles have to be handcuffed. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to work with you a little bit, okay? You can remain calm. We're going to handcuff you up front.
Do what?
We'll handcuff you up front, not in the back.
That's fine.
Okay? All right, here we go.
All right, go ahead and put your hands in front of you with your thumbs facing up, please.
What is my, is this gonna go like on the news, Mr. Kinsey?
Chances are it will, Jennifer.
As Kinsey adds one last condescending comment, the officers elect to cuff Davis out front, a clear indication of their discomfort regarding the nature of her arrest. Davis's case is still ongoing at the time of this recording. We can only hope she received the counseling she clearly needs. Click the video on screen and watch as I delve further into more cases.